the next question I have is really around what advice would you give, founders to help them be or at least feel more resilient during the difficult times? I know you brought up COVID-19 now, but any difficult time, what advice do you have from your experience?
Yeah, so one of the biggest challenges I see with founders is just one, not being able to talk about it. So a lot of it is just you're thinking about it, you're feeling it, but you don't feel like I can't talk to my co-founder. So it's really important you talk to your co-founder so you share that. But for those solo founders who don't have co-founders, a lot of them are doing it tough on their own because they have to, obviously they can't share with their employees and they don't want to share with the investors because they don't want to alarm them either. And then they don't want to tell their family because again, so one, finding people, friends, or some friendly people where you can just talk about it is really important because the feeling can accumulate. So if you imagine I was able to talk to Nick and then I feel better about it, but if I not telling anyone and then something else happens and something else happens and then my grandmother's gone into hospital and my family from overseas has they've had health issues and my cousins lost their job, like it starts to accumulate, and that's when the resilience, when you may have only built it up for one or two things, now when you've got 20 things and 50 things, it can really have a really health, mental health and physical health. And this is where I see a lot of burnout because you're just taking on the burden, you're doing everything. So one, being able to talk about it. Two, maybe journal. Like I highly recommend. Just so happen to have. So I'm a huge believer of journaling because I'm very, like I've been doing it since I was 18, and I write down all my goals and I talk about my goals. And I find the more you write about it or talk about something, the more likely you're going to achieve them. I wrote down a goal to come and to move to an island, to move to Singapore back in 2013. I mean, I only moved here in 2018, but I just happened to come through, via a journal that wrote it down somewhere. And I was like, oh my God, I actually, because I thought it was by random chance I ended up here. I was like, oh my God, I wrote this as a goal. Like I really wanted to move to a hot island because Australia wasn't hot enough. But yeah, so journaling also gets it out. So it's not just manifesting on the inside of your thoughts and your feelings. So that's the next thing. So talk to someone, journal it. And then, yeah, just really important to be part of a network. Like, I can't stress that because the same concept with, I've got a young child who's a 2-year-old that we always say it takes a village to raise a child. I think it takes 4 villages to raise a startup.